All right, guys, welcome back to the Dorky and 40 RC channel. We got a little bit of a narrated flight here with you. We got the Heeewing Vtol. This is the Ranger T1 with a Walksnail Avatar Pro 32. We've got all the antennas upgraded on the VRX module that's attached to the HD0. So we've got 2 X-Airs and we have 2 of the triple feed patches. Did a lot of stuff in this trying to figure out the best way to do this. We'll switch back and forth between stabilized video off of the DVR in GyroFlow, and then of course the on-screen display. What I haven't figured out quite yet is how to put the OSD on to the onboard footage. I'm sure I will, but I just kind of wanted to get this out and show you guys what's going on and get some stuff going. Mostly because we just see that the Avatar GT was released today. And if you just saw my bit rate there, you saw that I'm literally not even a half mile from my house. And, you know, I'm dipping down big time already. And it's just a constant fight here with Avatar. DJI 01 was pretty much the same thing too with the Vistas. Is, you know, like you spend a lot of money on antennas and all of this stuff, and you just don't get the gains that you think that you're going to get. The only way that you truly can get the full potential of these systems is to fly higher, you know, restricted to 400 feet. We can't go any higher. I don't really like to fly by planes this high anyway. I mean, the whole point of having an HD system is to be down and low, close to the ground, being able to see things. So that is really what I'm going for. So after watching Keith's video just now, 45 minutes of the new Avatar GT system, 2 watts of power, I think it is totally going to solve my issues. Before this, I was almost ready to purchase the 500 milliwatt version because from all the videos I've seen on YouTube, the 500 milliwatt version was actually a more consistent performer than even these were at 700 milliwatts. Something I might try. I might drop down my power on mine to 500 milliwatts to see if it actually works better than at 700. And we all know that like 1000 and 1.2 just doesn't work. The only thing that I don't have on this right now in this flight that I just added to the plane is an upgraded Lollipop or Skyhammer. Can't remember which one it is, the GEPR C1, and it's a higher gain transmit, so that's going to help out a little bit. If it's $20, I don't mind adding it because I know it's probably not going to hurt. It might help slightly, but you know, when it comes to like paying another $100 and some to go to like X2 Airs, I don't think the cost benefit is just there. Like, I just don't think you're going to get a whole lot. So, you know, looking at everything that's going on here, we're literally at about 2 miles and, you know, we're kind of just like, our megabits per second there is just really awful. Everything is, you know, I'm just kind of trying to feel out what is capable. Not the kind of flying that I want to do with this. So that's pretty much all I got to say about Walksnail. Now, when it comes to the actual performance of the Heeewing, I mean, I think everybody should own one of these things. It's just an incredible machine. The ability to literally take off from your house, fly around for 15, 20 minutes, however long, flip a switch and have it come back, turn into tricopter mode and land itself. It's really just the ultimate FPV experience. There's no reason to spend hundreds of dollars on a long range quad that may or may not come back, that doesn't have wings, so you could safely crash it if you needed to in an emergency. There's just no reason. This thing is great. It came with everything all built. You just had to assemble it. The RD Pilot setup was very minimal. I just had to basically set it up for Express LRS, Crossfire, and actually all that stuff was pretty much already done. It was even set up to run with digital FPV. So really, I just had to do some OSD configuration I did have to recalibrate the compass in it, which was kind of a pain in the butt when the compass is already installed in the airplane and everything, but I managed to get it done. That's pretty much about it. I just cannot say anything else about this plane. Probably the next thing I'm going to do with it is probably get like one of the dark lithium ion packs to try to extend my flight time and range a little bit on it, because I'm really hoping that this Avatar GT system will perform the way it looks like it's going to perform. I don't need to break distance records. I'm not looking to do anything like this. But when I'm flying down in like these low areas back in these fields that are literally within a half mile of my house, I would like to be near the ground level and see what's going on. You know, I don't have pan and tilt or nothing else like that on this plane. Eventually, maybe there'll be another Vtol that'll come out that'll be just as good a performer out of a box. I have no interest in trying to build one or program iNav or ArduPilot and trying to get it to work. I wish the tune on this was a little bit better. It's a little rocky and shaky. I might have to play with the rates a little bit. I haven't really had a lot of good weather to fly this thing in. It's been super either hot and then it's been gusty. So the best time at night has been literally right before the sun goes down, and it's been so freaking humid. It's been just kind of a nightmare, honestly, when it comes to FPV or enjoying the outside hobbies at all. But there's really not much else I can say about this thing. I mean, it's a great freaking plane. The whole Avatar system is great. I'd like to pick up one of those smaller VTXs and throw that maybe into a quad and see how that does. You know, I've never flown the Avatar on anything except for this plane. It's the whole purpose why I got it, because I just didn't want to deal with the breakup and the hassles of HD0. I wanted to be able to grab good footage and stabilize it. I didn't want to have to deal with GoPros and all that kind of stuff. Gyroflow has not been that difficult to use. It's a little bit touchy, and I've noticed that it's not as smooth as I thought it would be, even with the gyro data. I don't know why the camera itself, as it still kind of has some real high oscillations when you turn the gyroflow state up. So pretty much what I've done is, as you can see here, is just kind of put it to like the minimum level where watching the airplane doesn't make you sick. Now, this is a lot better than flying a wing. A flying wing has no rear stabilizer or anything like that at all. So it literally is constant rocking back and forth, even when you have smooth as glass air. So this definitely flies and performs a lot better. And when it comes back to the plane and the ArduPilot setup, I have changed a couple things and added a couple modes. So out of the box, it comes with Q takeoff, Q return to home, which is all your tricopter automatic stuff, and fly-by-wire A, which is kind of like an assisted type of a flight. I also added cruise mode, which maintains like altitude and heading and stuff like that. So you can just kind of like enjoy the flight and look around. But since it is a small plane, flying in wind, if it's getting knocked around a whole bunch, it's not really enjoyable. So again, it comes back to having that higher power so I can fly at a lower altitude and then enjoy the stabilized footage here at home and just kind of check out things and see how the way it is. I haven't got into like color grading the footage or doing any of that stuff like that people are doing with this. You know, Keith of the Bonafide Pirate channel is obviously the pioneer and still the leader in this. I see that he has just set up a MyFly Dream antenna tracker to work with this Avatar HD system, and I am definitely not against that at all. So I will gladly throw this VRX onto a tripod mount for it to just point constantly at my aircraft while I'm wearing the HD0 goggles on my head. So that's going to be it for this, guys. Enjoy the rest of the flight, and you can watch the automated landing. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.